Sorry about that. Yeah, I was just finishing off the popsicle. Um, yeah, the problem I had was I didn't. I had a problem with the Wii. And at the moment there are legal proceedings going on, for damage that I apparently did to the house that I was staying at.
Okay.
Um, and I have never had this kind of problem until I played the game. This specific game, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Um,
What game was it, by the way?
it was it was kind of what do you know those the demo games?
Mhm.
Well, there's a demo game. I believe it's the only free demo game that you've got, and it's kind of like this guy. I think it's like a little gnome or something. And the little gnome, he kind of runs across the room, runs across the. It's like a side scroller game.
Mhm.
He runs across the screen, and then when he tries to do some jumps, he like holds this big. I don't know what it looks like. Some sort of maybe like a bandana or something. He just kind of holds it in the air, and then it kind of like he kind of glides through the air like Batman.
Okay.
I was playing that game, and there's this one level where you have to use the Wiimote and swing it around, and I smashed a couple of things.
Okay. If the Wii remote gets broken because you accidentally hit it against something,
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's not something covered by the warranty.
Are you telling me that the warranty only covers like manufacture like
Yeah, it only covers defects with these systems.
ugh. I mean, are the games meant to be so addictive?
They, they're not meant to be addictive, but I mean, there are some games. I mean, I myself have found games that I find hard to put down.
What kind of games are those?
Uh, it it depends really. Shooters mostly, I guess.
Okay, what you play Xbox?
I have been known to play Xbox.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Working at Nintendo and you got an
Oh,
Xbox.
well, I play Nintendo too, so
True, true, true. PlayStation,
not as much.
but you do own one.
No, I do not.
You don't like the system?
It's not my cup of tea.
Would you say that an Xbox is way better
Then what? A PlayStation?
than a PlayStation?
If a gun was to my head, sure.
The gun was to your head. Okay, but I thought you just said that the PlayStation was not your cup of tea. I would have thought you'd say, yeah, Xbox all the way.
It depends on what games are on what systems.
What about that new game Watch Dogs that's coming out? It sounds like a really good game. Have you actually seen the trailer for it?
I have seen the trailer for it. It does look like a good game.
I was thinking. I mean, Grand Theft Auto.
Hmm.
I'm never really like. I'm not one to kind of do the missions. I just like to play the game just to drive around, if you know what I mean.
Yep, I
And
understand.
I kind of think that all I'd be spending my time doing on the game is, that whole thing about being able to change the traffic lights with your cell phone,
Yep.
with like that little device.
Hmm.
I just think that would be pretty awesome, to kind of just cause accidents all day.
It could be entertaining, that's for sure.
So entertaining. I mean, do you kind of think? I mean, I've often kind of done things in real life that I've seen on video games. So kind of like I could see this character was smashing things over, and I kind of smash things over with a remote in real life. You know what I mean?
I can understand that. Yeah.
I played. Do you know the FIFA games, the FIFA football games?
Yep.
I played those, and yeah, I've been known to kick a few footballs in real life.
Okay.
And then also driving with GTA, I've kind of driven a couple cars in real life as well.
All right.
And with this game, Watchdog, I reckon I'd probably kind of go out and buy a device that lets me control traffic lights and cause crashes all day. What do you think of
Mm,
that?
I'd recommend against that, since that would probably be a little harder to do than you might think.
Oh no, trust me, I'm a brain box. I reckon I'd be able to do that no problem.
Okay.
Do you think that that would get me a lot of kind of a lot of publicity?
It would certainly get you publicity of a sort.
Do you honestly think that people actually do this in real life, or do you think that this is just something the Watchdog kind of wanted to create themselves, just kind of take their own story on it?
Well, I certainly hope people don't do it in real life. I've never actually seen it done. I assume Ubisoft decided to just put that in as part of one of the gameplay mechanics.
Do you think this may be a controversial issue?
It's hard for me to say. There's a lot of things today that would be a controversial issue that might not have been so years ago.
You mean like why Justin Bieber and One Direction are allowed to make music?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's one of the most controversial issues ever, if you know what I mean. You don't like any of them?
I'm not a fan.
I used to be a Bieber fan back in the day
Okay.
when that Baby tune came out.
All right.
Um, and I think One Direction are pretty good. They're okay, but I mean, I wouldn't say they're the best boy band ever.
All right.
I wanted to know what your take on that was.
You know what? I don't have an opinion on those guys.
Well, what kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to all sorts actually, but mainly rock. But
Do you know?
not to get off the subject
Do you know?
here, but
Do you know Queen of the Stone Age?
Any Nintendo products I can help you with?
Do you know Queen of the Stone Age?
I do. Do you have any
Do you like-
questions
do you-
about Nintendo products
I
I can
like-
help you with?
I like the song "In My Head" by Queen of the Stone Age.
So do you have any questions with Nintendo products I can help you with? Or do
yeah.
you just want to chat?
Well, is the second option available?
It is not unless it's related to Nintendo.
I wanted to chat about the music on the Nintendo product.
And which one?
Okay, well, like the PlayStation has the music capabilities, where you can kind of
Yeah.
put music inside the game.
Right?
I'm talking about the PSP. I was wondering if I could do that on my.
So that's Sony. That is not Nintendo.
I know, but I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
I mean, PlayStation make games, Sony make games, and Nintendo make games. So what you just basically said was, a bit different. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're going to talk about Sony, I mean, you can talk about Sony if you want to, but
You don't like
if you
Sony?
want to talk about Nintendo, you can keep talking to me.
You don't like Sony?
This is a Nintendo consumer service, so if you have Nintendo-related questions,
But when you
I
go
can help you out.
But when you go home, you're still a human. I mean, like you said, you've been known to play Xbox, and that's not
Yep.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
So
that's very true, but we're on Nintendo line right now, so... if
so that means you
have
have to go all
Nintendo
robot on me.
I'm sorry?
So it means you have to go all robot on me.
To an extent.
Okay, so if I told you now that there was a dog eating my leg, you wouldn't be able to help me because it's nothing to do with Nintendo.
Well, that is a different matter in this case.
Okay, and all I was trying to do was relate Sony to Nintendo, and to give you an example, to paint a picture to you, and you just said to me basically I couldn't do that. You told me not to speak to you if we weren't going to talk about Nintendo.
Well, how about this? If you can make it relate to Nintendo a little faster, that'd be great.
If you'd let me finish, it would have.
All right?
So can I talk now?
If you want to.
Okay. Basically, what I was saying is, like the PSP has the that feature, the one that allows you to, listen to music and import music into your game as you play it.
Yeah.
Is there a feature like that on the Nintendo 3DS?
Not in the same vein. You can listen to music through at least the DSi and the 3DS, but not import it into the game.
Right. I also wanted to know, with the Wii Fit, the Wii Fit?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing the Wii Fit, and Wii Fit told me that I was overweight.
Okay.
And I went to see my doctor, and I asked him about this, and he said I wasn't.
Okay.
So I wanted to know why the Wii Fit told me I was.
The Wii Fit, let me double check, because that itself was made back in '09, so the statistics on weight to height may have changed in that time. So the Wii Fit might be going on the older information, so it might not be as up to date as you might like.
Well, I'm 5'6", and I'm between 8 and 10 stone, and for some reason it says that I'm overweight, completely like obese.
Okay.
Like I'm basically like a big elephant.
Okay.
I kind of find it a bit intimidating when you say okay.
I don't know what else you want me to say, because it was made back in '08, and again, the statistics may have changed. I wouldn't be able to say what they are now.
Well, I'm getting this vibe that you just don't want to talk to me. If I upset you? You see, I mean, we were getting along pretty well when we were talking about Watchdog, and now the tone and level of the conversation is kind of just dipped.
Okay, well, I do apologize if you feel that way. I just there's only so much I can tell you with the information that you're giving me. It's not something that is I have all the answers for.
I mean, dude, I'm not saying that you're Albert Einstein. I just want to kind of get a decent two-way conversation. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been looking on the internet for most of these problems, solutions to these problems. I haven't been able to find any.
Okay.
And I'm just calling somebody, who works at Nintendo, who happens to know how things work. And you just kind of get like an attitude.
I can tell you how a few bits and pieces of at least this particular issue would work. But again, the system itself, at least Wii Fit was in 08 and Wii Fit Plus was in 09. The statistics that they're using might not be the same statistics as your doctor was using today or this year.
So in other words, my doctor is stupid.
That's not what I said.
So basically, I'm the one that's stupid.
That's not what I said. Did you have any other questions I could help you with?